After completion of extended profile, now we'll move ahead with QIF. Once you click on QIF tab, you can see the 7 criterion listed and the number of questions in each criteria. Here the number which you have answered will be displayed first, and this is the total. So in any criteria you can see how many are left. In criteria 2, always it will be one less than the total number. That is, even though if you have answered all the questions, it will show as 15 out of 16. The reason is the metric 2.7.1 is taken after your student satisfaction survey is conducted. So the system does not consider that metric when you are answering the questions, and it will not block you from submission of SSR, though you see it as 15 out of 16. So moving ahead with filling of SSR, first we have curricular aspects. Once you click on curricular aspects, the first metric shown is a qualitative metric. Under key indicator 1.1, curricular planning and implementation. 1.1.1, the institution ensures effective curriculum delivery through a well planned and documented process. Here you can see a help button. Once you click on help button, there is an instruction given. Usually these instructions help you to fill a respective metric. For this metric, it is shown as write description of initiatives in not more than 500. That is, you can type the description here, or you can copy it from a external file, that is from a Word file or from a web page, and you can paste it by clicking on paste option here and just press Ctrl V. The text will be copied here, and once you click on OK button, it will be copied. So here once you start typing, you can save it also. For this metric, you have some of the uploads, which is the additional information upload. You can use this to provide a description which is beyond 500 words, and you have link for additional information. If you do not wish to upload a file, you can host the information on your website and give the URL like this. How to copy a URL? For example, we will just show you in one of the browsers. For example, I want to copy the URL of this page. So we will just go to the page, right click on the URL, just copy, and then you can go to your SSR filling, and here in the respective text box you can paste it. So the URL is copied. This is the method to copy a URL. Then this is a tooltip. You can just mouse over. You can see it says only XLS, XLSX, PDF, doc and docx files are allowed, and the uploads should be less than 5 MB. And if the files are more than 5 MB, we have given the instructions in the guidelines video also. You can host the information on your institutional website and provide the URL in portal. Next we have metric 1.1.2, which is the institution adheres to the academic calendar, including for the conduct of CIE. So you can just click on help button. It says write description in maximum of 500 words. This is also displayed here, which says within 500 words. So you can copy paste the text, or you can type the text directly here. That is, the description can be directly typed, and you have a upload of additional information, and link for additional information can be provided here. Next we have metric 1.1.3, which is teachers of the institution participate in following activities related to curriculum development and assessment of the affiliating university and or are represented on the following academic bodies during the last 5 years. First, 1. Academic Council or BOS of affiliating university. 2. Setting of question papers for UG or PG programs. 3. Design and development of curriculum for add-on or certificate or diploma courses. 4. Assessment or evaluation process of the affiliating university. So you have 5 options from which you have to choose. Option A is all of the above, B any 3 of the above, C any 2 of the above, D any 1 of the above, E none of the above. For example, in your institution you have academic council or BOS of affiliating university and setting of question papers for UG or PG programs and design and development of curriculum for add-on or certificate or diploma courses. In such a case, you have to select option B, that is any 3 of the above. If you have only 1 and 2, then you have to select C, any 2 of the above. So this is how you have to choose one of the options from multiple choice. The uploads for this metric are the mandatory upload, which is a data template. You can download the data template from here by clicking on this, or you can download it up from apply online page of NAC website, and you can upload by selecting from file from here. For example, you can just click on upload, navigate to the folder where you have saved the file. Since this is a data template, it takes only the Excel files. So you can just select the file, click on open. The file will be attached here. So this is how you have to upload a file. If you wish to change the file, you can change it any time before the submission of your SSR. Once your SSR is submitted, you cannot change any of the files or any of the information or data that you have filled in your SSR. So to change the file, you can click on remove, just say OK, and the file will be removed and you can select a new file. For this metric, we have some of the specific instructions and documents which are required being explained. Let's see that. So here you can see the documents required for this metric are nomination letter of the affiliating university indicating membership on BOS and academic council or PG council valid for the assessment period, letters from the affiliating university to the faculty for setting question paper for UG or PG programs, documents showing the faculty participating in the design and development of curriculum for add-on or certificate or diploma courses, the letters from the affiliating university inviting the faculty for assessment or evaluation. Specific instructions for this metric says supporting documents for the selected option has to be provided, that is from one of the options, any 2 of the above, any one of the above. For the option which you have chosen, you have to provide the supporting documents correctly. DVV can seek the supporting document for the randomly selected teachers for verification. This is because we understand institutions are providing huge data, and to help you provide proper information with enough supporting documents and for the DVV to be able to verify, they will ask you for specifically selected teachers for verification of the details, and this will be asked during the DVV clarification process. Then you have invitations or appointment letters to valuation or practical exams or viva voce exams can also be considered. What should not be included or considered in this metric is the participation of the faculty in other than the affiliating university. You should not include such counts in this metric. Moving ahead, we have key indicator 1.2, which is academic flexibility. Under this, we have the first metric, which is 1.2.1, percentage of programs in which choice-based credit system, that is CBCS, or elective course system has been implemented. You can see here there is a red symbol shown. This means that you cannot edit this box. That is because the final response of metric is generated by the system and it will be displayed after you click on the save button here. So you cannot edit this box. This metric has a sub-question 1.2.1.1, number of programs in which CBCS or elective course system is implemented. You have to provide the data for this metric in this text box. You can enter the information as per the requirement of your institution. Then we have a related input. What is a related input? Related input is a question from extended profile and is used in this metric in the formula for generation of the final response of this metric. For this metric, the related question from extended profile is number of programs offered year-wise for last 5 years. So this values are taken accordingly in this metric for the calculation of final response. Going to the uploads of this metric, you have a mandatory upload which is evident by the star symbol, which is a data template, and it's a Excel file. You can upload by clicking on this upload button, and you have options for uploading additional information and minutes of relevant academic council or BOS meetings. Let us see what are the more documents required and specific instructions of this metric. The documents required will be list of programs in which CBCS or elective course system implemented in the last completed academic year, certified by the registrar of the affiliating university, minutes of relevant academic council or BOS meetings, highlighting the relevant documents to this metric of the affiliating university, affiliating university letter stating implementation of CBCS, structure of the program clearly indicating courses, credits or electives as approved by the competent board. Going to the specific instructions of this metric, it says either CBCS or elective course or both can be considered in this metric when you are counting the total, and if CBCS, then the course structure along with the credit details have to be given for verification, and if you are including elective, the list of electives offered for the program has to be given, and if you are including both, then CBCS details are alone sufficient for the data to be validated. Moving ahead, we have metric 1.2.2, which is number of add-on or certificate programs offered during the last 5 years. Again, the final response will be generated by system. You have a sub-question in this metric, which is 1.2.2.1. How many add-on or certificate programs are added within the last 5 years? Here you can see there is a year-wise data. Assessment years are automatically calculated by the system. The calculation of assessment years is explained in the guidelines video. So you can enter the data in the respective boxes. Sometimes institutions zoom in the web page. That is, you would have kept a very high resolution like this. When you keep a high resolution, sometimes the text boxes do not show the cursor. So if the cursor is not visible, you have to just reduce the zoom by using Ctrl and minus keys. Now you can see the zoom has been reduced and the text boxes are properly visible. So to enter the values, we are explaining metric 1.2.2. So to enter the values, just click on the text box and you can enter the values as per the requirement of your institution. And once you click on save button, the final response can be seen. Here you are seeing the data successfully saved and also some of the pending uploads for this criteria. So here you can see the final response generated by the system based on the formula defined for this metric. Then we have data template, which is a mandatory upload. You have upload for brochure or any other document related to add-on or certificate programs and upload of adding additional information. Now let us see the documents required and specific instructions of this metric. Documents required will be details of each program such as name of the program, duration, list of students enrolled, curriculum, assessment procedures year wise. So here you have to give these details for any add-on or certificate programs that you are claiming. Then you have to give a summary report of each program year wise along with the outcome. The specific instruction says add-on or certificate programs of minimum 30 hours duration has to be considered. That is, you have a add-on or certificate programs which has less than 30 hours of duration. You cannot include such programs in this metric. What should not be included or will not be considered by DVV is you have to avoid programs conducted under regular university curriculum, and you have to avoid considering certificate or add-on programs less than 30 hours. Moving ahead to the next metric, it is 1.2.3, which is average percentage of students enrolled in certificate or add-on programs as against the total number of students during the last 5 years. Here you can see this has a sub question 1.2.3.1, which is number of students enrolled in the value added courses beyond the curriculum offered year wise during the last 5 years. So here you can enter the values as per the details of your institution, and then you can click on save. Once you click on save, based on the formula, the final answer of the metric will be displayed. So the related input or the extended profile question for this metric is number of students year wise during the last 5 years, and the value from the extended profile is displayed here. You have one more question in the related input, which is total academic year considered 5. This is a standard value described for all the institutions, which just means the 5 assessment years of NAAC. The uploads of this metric, you have a data template which is a mandatory upload, and any additional information can be uploaded. Now let us see what are the documents required and the specific instructions of this metric. The documents required is year-wise list of the students enrolled in the program as defined in 1.2.2. So here you can see we have mentioned metric 1.2.2, which is number of add-on or certificate programs offered during the last 5 years. So whatever programs you have mentioned under this metric has to be given with details of the students year-wise in these programs. What does the specific instructions say? The DVV may seek for certificates of random selected students in selected courses and the attendance document maintained for the course. This is because the data will be huge, and for the DVV to help better verify, they will ask for certificates of randomly selected students from the list which you have uploaded for the verification. Moving ahead, we have key indicator 1.3, which is curriculum enrichment. Under this key indicator, the first metric is 1.3.1. Institution integrates cross-cutting issues relevant to professional ethics, gender, human values, environment, and sustainability into the curriculum. Once you click on help button, you can see you have to upload or write the description in maximum of 500 words. So you can write the description or copy paste as we have been explaining throughout. This is a qualitative metric. So you have an option to upload the additional information, and you can upload the list and description of courses which address the professional ethics, gender, human values, environment and sustainability into the curriculum. You can choose the file by clicking on upload button. Then we have metric 1.3.2, which is average percentage of courses that include experiential learning through project work or field work or internship during last 5 years. This box is not editable. It will display value after you enter the values in sub question and click on save button. So you have sub question 1.3.2.1, which is number of courses that include experiential learning through project work or field work or internship year wise during last 5 years. So you can enter the values under the respective assessment year. You can just click and type the values. After this, once you click on save button, you will be able to see the final response of this metric based on the formula displayed in this box. The related input, that is the extended profile question value used in this metric, is number of courses offered by the institution across all programs during the last 5 years. So the 5 years value is taken from extended profile, taking 2018-19 as year 1. Then you have total academic year considered, that is 5. Then you have a mandatory data template upload and upload for minutes of the boards of students, studies or academic council meetings with approvals for these courses and program or curriculum or syllabus of the courses and any additional information. Now let us see what are the documents required for verification and the specific instructions of this metric. Documents showing the experimental learning through project work or field work or internship as prescribed by the affiliating university or affiliating university curriculum. The specific instruction says only the courses having project work or field work or internship as per the affiliating university curriculum will be considered in this metric. What should not be included or will not be considered by DVV is the courses that support experimental learning through project work or field work or internship not prescribed by the affiliating university will not be considered by DVV in this metric. Moving ahead, we have metric 1.3.3, which is percentage of students undertaking project work or field work or internships. Here you have to provide the data for the latest completed academic year. This has a sub question, that is 1.3.3.1, number of students undertaking project work or field work or internships. So in 1.3.2 you have given the number of programs which have the project work or field work or internship. So here you have to provide the number of students in the latest completed academic year under the programs listed in 1.3.2. So here you can just click on the box and provide the number as per the requirement of your institution and just click on save button. Once you click on save button, the final response of the metric will be generated. Here you can see the final response. So this has a related input from the extended profile question, number of students year wise during the last 5 years. Since this metric considers data for the latest completed academic year, the formula will be using only the year 1 value of extended profile. This metric has a mandatory data template upload and upload of any additional information. Now let us see what are the specific instructions and documents required for verification of the data of this metric. So you have to provide list of students undertaking the field projects or internship program wise in the last completed academic year along with the details of title, place of work, etc. Internship completion certificate or project work completion certificate from the organization where internship or project was completed along with the duration has to be provided. Report of the field visit or sample photographs of the field visit or permission letter from the competent authority will be considered. The specific instruction says only latest completed academic year data has to be considered. One student involved in multiple field works or project works or internship should be counted as one. Internship completion certificate or project work completion certificate given to the students by the host organization will be asked during DVV clarification process with specific student list. In case of field visit, mentioning objectives and outcomes of field visit along with field visit report has to be provided. Data given here should match with the metric 1.3.2 for the latest completed academic year. What should not be considered or will not be included in this metric is a mere list of students cannot be considered without relevant supporting documents. Moving ahead, we have key indicator 1.4, which is feedback system. Under this we have two metrics. The first metric is 1.4.1, institution obtains feedback on the syllabus and its transaction at the institution from the following stakeholders: 1. Students, 2. Teachers, 3. Employers, 4. Alumni. You have 5 options to choose from. You can choose from A, B, C, D or E as displayed here. So you can just click on the respective option which is applicable for your institution, and the uploads are given here. You can upload any additional information or the action taken report, and you have to provide the URL for stakeholder feedback report. Let us see some of the specific instructions and the documents required for the verification of data in this metric. So here you can see the documents required will be sample filled in forms, feedback forms from the stakeholders has to be provided. The specific instruction says the feedback concerned with curriculum development will only be considered. Any other feedbacks will not be considered by DVV. Only filled in feedback report will be considered. In case of selecting A, B, C or D options provided in the metric, you have to provide 3 filled forms from each category, and the DVV partner may ask for filled in forms of randomly selected stakeholders. And what should not be included or will not be considered by DVV is the feedback not related to design and review of syllabus will not be considered in this metric. Moving ahead, we have metric 1.4.2, which is feedback processes of the institution may be classified as follows. Options: 1. Feedback collected, analyzed and action taken and feedback available on website. B. You have feedback collected, analyzed and action has to be taken. C. Feedback collected and analyzed. D. Feedback collected. E. Feedback not collected. So you have to choose from any one of the options from A, B, C, D or E. You have to just click on the respective option. In this metric, you have a URL for the feedback report on your institutional website and upload of any additional information. Now let us see what are the documents required for verification and specific instructions of this metric. Documents required is stakeholder feedback analysis report signed by the principal to be provided, department wise action taken report on feedback signed by the competent authority has to be provided, document showing the communication with the affiliating university for the feedback has to be provided, action taken by the affiliating university on the feedback has to be provided. The specific instruction says feedback reports should be hosted in your institutional website and you have to provide the links directly leading to the reports on the items listed in the chosen option. What should not be included or will not be considered by DVV in this metric is the feedback not related to design and review of syllabus and feedback reports reflected in other website other than your institutional website. This is the end of criteria 1. After filling all information, you can again click on save button to see what are the pending uploads or the metrics which you have left blank in this criteria.